So now that we have our exemplar, now's the fun part. We can take the exemplar, we can parse out all the things that kids need to be able to do. So we have a nice, student-friendly, awesome CFS for them to use when they are finishing up the lesson. So, at the beginning of my CFS, at the top, I always write what the product is. And the reason I do that is because it forces me to write my CFS in a way that's going to really target exactly what I want from the kids. So I always kind of ask myself, the T-chart names, the T-chart provides, and if you do that, it'll create a nice structure for you. So I know that I want a T-chart, and I know the first thing that the T-chart needs to do, it needs to name a feeling. So in this instance, the feeling is scared. If they put scared or a synonym of scared, I would be happy. The next thing, the T-chart needs to provide 2 quotes. Now I noticed when I was doing the exemplar, actually like I was a student, that it didn't always make sense to quote the text. Here it did, here it didn't. I actually found that it made more sense here to paraphrase the text. So I actually want to spell that out for kids, that you can provide, that the T-chart provides 2 quotes, or the T-chart provides evidence written in your own words, and I think that's fine. From the text that are examples of that feeling. I want them to know that they can't put irrelevant evidence here that doesn't tie to that feeling. And you'd be surprised how much you actually have to spell this stuff out for kids, but you do. So I actually want to spell that out, that are examples of that feeling. I also want the T-chart to include labels. Now I actually don't mind if they put evidence and then feeling. I think that's fine, but they actually have to label these 2 categories in order to get full credit. So after I create a CFS, I kind of want to stand back and I want to think about the criteria for a good CFS. So I know the first thing that a criteria for a good CFS asks is, does it describe the qualities of a successful product? And I need to ask myself, does this describe all the things that a successful product would have? Yes, a successful T-chart will name a feeling. It will provide 2 pieces of evidence, and it will include labels. If they do that, they will have a successful product. The next thing I'm going to ask myself is, does it make clear to my students and to me what they need to improve on their product? Is it there yet? Can I give feedback based off of it? So if I'm looking at this, this is definitely going to allow me to give feedback. If they name the wrong feeling in their T-chart, I'm going to know instantaneously that they're not inferring what the character's feeling. If they provide irrelevant evidence that doesn't actually prove the feeling, that's going to show me that I actually need to work with them on a more granular level of picking out evidence. And if they don't include labels, then that's like a quick fix. That's a quick mini lesson. I just need to teach the kids how to organize their thinking. And all of that's going to give me great feedback about how to reteach or intervene if I need to. The next thing I have to ask myself is the product the subject of the CFS? And it clearly is here. I make a habit of that. And I also need to ask myself if it's transferable. This is totally transferable. This is something that I'm probably going to ask them to do almost every single day in reading. Infer the character's feeling, provide evidence. The last question I need to ask myself is it student-friendly? And there were a couple things in here that I